Dark States now also gets its own unique order engine, but we also see the new reveal of the upgraded Kheios and its support. Stand up! Vanguard! Hey Cardfighters, welcome back to another Cardfight update, and today we've got a bunch new Dark States reveal in store for us, including the new Kheios upgrades, as well as a new order mechanic engine that we've seen for other nations, but this time for Dark States, which is kind of sole focus, which is pretty obvious of the standard things you would expect. But on top of that, we also got two new V Premium promos, which are in line with the new Cycle Grade 2s, so let's go over them first quickly, and then dive into the new Dark States support for Standard. First off, we've got this new Spike Brothers promo, which is Wild Shot Rupert, and of course has the generic cycle hand effect in order to increase your consistency early on, but it also has the effect auto Vanguard the Vanguard Circle once a turn. When this unit attacks while boosted, cost counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 card, call to the Vanguard Circle, and shuffle your deck. So it's all in theme with what Rising Nova wants to do with the whole grade 3 thing, but this is a little bit awkward in the sense that it happens during the battle phase, thus you cannot really set this up with Rising Nova on turn 3 itself, so you have to do this a bit earlier. It does enable some multi-tech strategies and combos, and definitely in Premium will have way more impact, but overall I think this is a fine card, but not one of the most craziest one. But then again, I'm not too familiar with Spike Brothers, and typically these effects have way more impact than just on face value. As for the second one of these V Premium promos, we've got this Great Nature Grade 2 Sleeping Jam Back, which has of course the same hand effect, but its on-field battle phase effect is auto Vanguard the Vanguard Circle once a turn. When this unit attacks while boosted, cost Soul Blast 1, discard the top card of your deck and perform one of the following based on the card type. Normal unit, choose 2 of your units and they get plus 5k power until the end of turn. Or trigger units, choose 2 of your opponent's triggers and retire them. So either you get an upgrade to 2 units or you pop 2 for a Soul Blast. I think that's fine value wise, but the power gain isn't the most impactful thing, and I don't think Great Nature needs that. The pop is nice, but then again, does Great Nature really need it? Probably not, but it could be a tech option depending on what the scenario is. Now, with those promos out of the way, let's jump straight into the Dark States reveals, and we start off with the order engine itself, which starts off with this grade 1 famed harsh demonic lordling Bethim, and Bethim has the effect continues on Vanguard Circle. If you play the normal order during this turn, this unit gets power plus 5k. So if 13k booster attacker, we've seen this before, which is fine, but then it also has the effect auto when placed on the Vanguard Circle, cost counterblast 1, search your deck or drop zone for up to 1 reception of the famed demonic mansion, reveal it, add it to your hand, and if you search your deck, shuffle it. So again, similar thing we saw with, I believe, Keter Sanctuary, where you can search a specific order card, and this is gonna be fine if you play it as an engine piece, but it makes more sense once we take a look at the order itself. So for the order, it's a grade 2 normal order, which of course is reception of the famed demonic mansion, and this normal order has the effect, you may soul charge 1, choose 1 of your units, and until the end of turn, it gets power plus 5k. At the end of the turn, cost discard 1, add 1 reception of the famed demonic mansion from your drop zone to your hand. It's not the greatest of value, but at the very least, it allows you to always soul charge and keep soul charging over the course of the game without losing too much value. And with the grade 1 being able to fetch it, means you have a way to have more consistent X2s, and you can just play this as a one-off because you can fetch it from the drop zone, and this thing can recur itself, so you can use it over and over and over again, so you don't draw into multiple copies, which is great, but it does come with the cost of a discard, but you might have other skills that interact with your drop zone to some extent, so it is an interesting loop to some extent that also allow you to have consistent access to order cards if you have cards like the grade 1 that get benefit from playing orders. But of course, we have another card that interact with orders, as we have this grade 2 famed blazing demonic lady Oriens, and Oriens has the effect, although when placed in a Vanguard Circle other than by your unit's ability, if you play the normal order during this turn, cost Soul Blast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card with a grade equal to or lower than your Vanguard from among them, reveal it, call to the Vanguard Circle if it's a unit card, add it to your hand if it's a normal order card, shuffle your deck. So now suddenly using the order card we just discussed looks a lot more appealing, because in combination with this grade 2, you actually generate a lot of value value for almost no cost. Whereas if you play the order just on its own, it's a bit iffy. So there's of course more going on here in terms of how you generate your value. But this card also has another effect, which is Auto Record Circle. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater card, costs Soul Blast free, draw 1, and this unit gets power plus 5k until the end of turn. So now you can generate more value of your soul charges, which you can do of course with the order card and the generic soul charge engine of the dark states. Not do anything special, but if you have the room in your deck for some order strategies or cards that interact with orders, because we have some decks in dark states that rely on orders to some extent. Think of Kheios, and Kheios needs singletons, so this could be a great way to interact with that as well. This could be a great way to just increase the overall power output as well as consistency of the deck as well. So interesting cards, not too overpowered or anything crazy, but could come up in certain instances. Now, talking about Kheios, we also have 2 dedicated support cards for Kheios, and one of those cards being this grade 2, Inciting Corruption, Agamemnon. And Agamemnon has the effect, auto, when placed in a Vanguard circle, if you have a Vanguard with Kheios in its card name, which is the entire ride line, costs counter plus 1, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card from among them, add it to your hand, and put the remaining cards in your soul. So that's pretty good. You selectively soul charge, which is what is going to be important for the deck, as well as allowing you to draw into your either Persona Ride targets, your order cards, or potential key pieces that you want to call on the board for more value, like the grade 1 Mikanis. Honestly, a decent skill to have for the deck. But then it also has an additional effect, which is auto from soul. When your unit with Mikani in its card name is placed on a Vanguard circle, if you have a Vanguard with Kheios in its card name, cost discard 1, soul charge 1, call this card from your soul to the Vanguard circle, and until the end of turn, this unit gets boost. So essentially, this allows you to flood the board and just generate more value of your Mikanis as well as your Kheios, because Kheios allows you to pump the board, but you need to have a board in order to do that. This is a great way to get better units on the board if you don't have boosters or anything impactful, as this is another grade 2 that also works as a booster, which is great. More importantly, this allows you to potentially play multiple copies of this card, because it calls itself from the soul, thus still having the unique cards in your soul, as this one soul charges, so it replaces itself with something else, which combined with its first effect is honestly pretty good, because it doesn't say when placed where, it just says when placed. So you call this thing from the soul and then activates on place effect to check the top 2, potentially get another Mikani grade 3 to your hand or soul charge more cards, so all your skills go active much faster than you anticipated. So I think this is going to be just like your Mikanis, a 4-off in the deck, or maybe like a 2 or 3-off, just in the sake of how it interacts with your deck, and it doesn't screw over your game plan and what you try to do. Now, talking about Kheios, we of course have the brand new grade 3 Kheios, and it falls in line with the other grade 3s that we saw for the glitter ride lines themselves, or the cross-square epic ride lines, as we have this grade 3 Soul Oratorio Kheios. And this Kheios has the effect, although once you is placed by riding from Approaching Fang's Kheios, you may soul charge free. That's already pretty good. Then choose 2 cards from your soul, add 1 to your hand, call the remaining to the Vanguard circle, and activate Persona Ride. This is really good for a lot of reasons. First, of course, it allows you to Persona Ride, so you have more Persona Ride copies, so more power to the board. But on top of that, it's soul charge free, so you can almost guarantee, unless you brick really hard, at this point, you should have the full soul condition to get all your skills active, as you generate so much soul for free, essentially, and you are able to grab something to your hand. So this could be an important key piece, maybe another Persona Ride target, perfect guards, or whatever, a great way to get shield to your hand. And the calling 2 from soul is going to be very nice, because that means any Mikanis you soul charge along the way will now come out, and you can now have your 4 to 5 attacks very easily, very consistently, because you can rewrite this every single time in order to activate this effect. And the reason why I say that is because it has the same effect as Rorowa, because he has the act ability, act from Vanguard circle, once a turn. If your soul has 13 or more cards with different names, cost bind 1 Approaching Fang's Kheios from your soul. Until the end of turn, all of your units get power plus 10k, and this unit gets critical plus 1. At the end of that turn, write the card bound for this cost as rest. And of course has the glitter keyword. So just like Rorowa, you're able to go into this one, go back into the old one, next turn write it to this one, go back into the old ones, and over and over and over again. And in Rorowa's case, where you draw an exorbitant amount of cards in order to consistently Persona Ride, in Kheios' case, you just soul charge everything, you write this, and you grab the new Persona Ride for next turn from your soul to your hand to secure that play every single time. Which in my opinion is probably a bit more consistent than Rorowa, because you soul charge way more cards, that more faster than Rorowa draws cards, which is pretty good. Also, very important thing about this soul charge effect of Kheios, the soul charge free, it's a you may. So once everything is secured and you don't need any more soul, you might as well just not use the soul charge to not go deck out, which allows this card to be relatively flexible, and combined with the order cards, the grade 1 Mekanis, as well as the grade 2 we just saw, the deck becomes a lot more consistent overall in order to secure you the soul that you need, grabbing or getting to your Mekanis grade 3s or your grade 1s or your order cards, so that allows you to grab those cards as well. The deck becomes overall feels a lot more stable and a lot more consistent, and the power output is going to be tremendous, because your side columns or any columns essentially will get plus 30k this turn, because you get plus 10k to the front row and the back row units because of the act ability, and then your Persona Ride is another plus 10k to the front row. So your Mikani grade 3 will swing at least for 33k twice, unless you have some other forms of power pumping the units. Those numbers will get even bigger and bigger and bigger, which overall is pretty damn good. I know that Kheios is more of the underwhelming ride lines of the glitter support rides themselves, but this support looks honestly really good for Kheios, and with the incidental support that we've got every single month with new sets coming up, with new triggers or PGs and whatnot, I think the deck is becoming a lot more stable in what it tries to do, and I think there's a lot of potential for the deck to have. But at this point, that's just pure speculation, and we have to wait and find out what the future has in store for us and what this set more has in store for Kheios. But that's basically everything that I have today. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this support wave. And of course, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters over patreon.com/FingerInsider. You guys are amazing. If you do want to support the channel or everything that's happening on the channel, you can simply go to patreon.com/FingerInsider and become a patron today. But with that said, I've been Mr. Time Leap, and I see you guys in the next one!